corner said you're still preparing for Kyler Murray to be the quarterback on Sunday.
Yes, for sure. We are still preparing for Kyler to be the quarterback until we hear anything else different. No, his guy's been a competitor all his career throughout college and in the NFL, so fully expecting him to play.
Is there an advantage or disadvantage when you just played them just a few weeks ago? Would you rather have more time, kind of get more film, or is it kind of an advantage to have them so close?
I don't think it's an advantage or disadvantage one way or another. It's an opponent that we know, pretty well. We play against them twice a year, every year, so pretty familiar with what they do schematically. So it's not an advantage one way or the other. We are excited to get back and play these guys. Didn't like the outcome of the last game, so it's good to try to get that bad taste out of your mouth as quickly as possible. So excited to go against them again. Know they're a great team, and we're up for the challenge.
It looked like at least a few key plays, your cornerbacks were definitely playing a little softer. Was that a result of the DPIs? Was that part of, like, maybe you're trying to stay away from that a little bit?
No, that's not a result of that. With the corners playing off there, that's not exactly what we want there. From where we teach these guys, I want them to be competitive, want them to be aggressive in everything that we do, and not let penalties, stop our guys from being aggressive. We just have to play smarter with the penalties. It's not from a lack of aggression. We want our guys to always compete and be aggressive.
Technique-wise, when you're emphasizing avoid the DPI, generally what are you telling them?
At the end of the day, when you're trying to avoid a DPI, it's about playing smarter at the top of the route. You just can't pull guys' jerseys. That's the only thing where we get in trouble, where you get at the top of the route and you're pulling guys and restricting them. That's where you're going to get the penalty. So we just have to play cleaner, win at the line of scrimmage, be in a position where we're on top of the route, and we don't put ourselves in bad positions. Then we can eliminate the DPIs.
Did they surprise you by not going deep very often? I think there were only 2 deep balls in that whole game. It seemed like you guys were anticipating a little bit more than that.
Yeah, we anticipated them throwing deep for sure because they had the highest percentage of deep balls going into that game. The Bears had the highest percentage of deep balls in the NFL, so we assumed they would go deep, and they didn't.
How big of a step was that for Hufanga to play all 70 snaps, and what was your evaluation of how he did?
Yeah, his first start, I thought Huff did good. First start, getting that extensive amount of time in there, I thought he communicated really well. He flew around, made some plays for us, and Huff is just going to continue to get better and better. He's a great communicator, really smart player, and he plays the game with a passion and energy that's contagious to others.
Because the assumption that they would go deep more, did that leave a little bit more underneath for them during that?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, they may complete some underneath. They may, but we don't. All our philosophy is about eliminating the explosive, eliminate the big play, and make teams drive the field on you. Now, of course, we would have liked to get off the field on third down. Thought there were some situations there on third down we should have played tighter and better and got off the field, and we didn't. And that's where they continue to drive on us. We didn't execute on third down as well as we should have.
In your first game against the Cardinals, Murray didn't really try to run very much. I don't know if it was a function of stellar defense or just the way they were, calling it. They didn't have any really designed runs or even scramble. What went into that? The combination of both?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not sure. We know what went into with his decision. Kyler is a guy who can pull the ball at any time. So if he wants to run, he'll run it. I thought our guys did a really good job, up front. Started with our defensive line. Last time we played these guys, our defensive line, with DJ and Eric, and those guys did a great job inside of owning the line of scrimmage, right? And, Kyler didn't run as much, but he's a guy who can run it anytime he wants to.
You guys did such a good job of containing him and Russell Wilson a few weeks ago. Why do you think you struggled containing Justin Fields just as a runner?
Yeah, he got out on us a couple times. We can be better in the pass rush up front, D-line, and got a little too loose in coverage a couple times where we can have eyes back on him, and he got out and, made some plays on us.
What's the difference? They obviously lost Max Williams and brought in Zach Ertz. What's the difference between those two guys, and have you seen their offense change a little bit with Ertz?
Yeah, Max was a really great player, man, really good blocker. It kind of goes unnoticed, but he was really, I felt like he was one of the keys to that offense, the way he blocks in the run game. He's really good there. Now getting Ertz, a guy who's more of a pass threat, whether it's the RPO type game. He's not as much of a blocker, but he can be effective in the pass game.
Are you looking at Armstead mostly as a defensive tackle now? I know he's always moved in on pass downs, but is he mostly going to be a defensive tackle?
Yeah, Armstead has moved inside. He started last week, moved inside. That's still fluid. We'll see, what do we need for each particular week, see, what Eric can help us.
How can your newest defensive lineman help the team?
Say that again?
How can your newest defensive lineman, Omanahu, help the team?
Yeah, Charles, we're excited to have him. Excited to add, a guy with his talent. I think it's a great player to add to our room. Very long player, instinctive guy who can make plays for us. So Charles has been coming along, learning the scheme, picking up on everything pretty well. We'll see how much he advances, but really happy and excited to be able to add a player of his quality at this part of the season.
Is he an edge guy for you, or does he?
He's played on the edge. He's played inside. We'll see where he thrives best for us and where he fits the best for us, and wherever he can excel the most and showcase his talent, that's where we'll put him.
Is keeping Armstead inside somewhat a function of Kinlaw not being available?
Yeah, I mean, moving Armstead inside, the thing about him is he's done it before, and he's very good inside as well. And we know his dominance on the edge. Nobody really wants to run the ball to Eric's side when he's on the edge. And now putting him inside, I think Eric was able to make a lot more plays inside this past week, putting him inside, so he can be a productive playmaker for us inside. And, with Kinlaw, I think not having Kinlaw does a tribute to that, putting Eric inside. But Eric has done fantastic. We did a good job last week, and he'll continue to get better the more reps he gets inside.
Can you help explain the challenge that defensive tackles in a wide nine scheme have when it is stretched out a little bit with the ends? I know one of the reasons you guys liked Kinlaw so much was because how big and strong he was in that situation. But what is the challenge for those guys behind him and for Armstead on the inside, given the wide nine?
Yeah, for the guys inside, it's all about penetrating. It's about our guys just playing as best we can, play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. So you want quick guys like DJ Jones who can penetrate, or you get longer guys like, Kinlaw, Eric, who can play inside, can stretch out and make plays, sideline to sideline.
How about their running game, DeMeco? What do you see? I mean, they have a couple of different running backs that they like. They also have Ron Milmore. But it seems like James Conner is their biggest scoring threat.
Yeah, the running game is really good. I think Connor comes to life more in the red zone when he's attacking. He's a physical runner. He can punch it in, running downhill. But you can see, Rondale Moore, they're trying to get the ball to him any way they can. And he's a dynamic playmaker. On offense, on special teams, you can tell you want to get the ball in his hands, and we have to have awareness, heightened awareness for when he's in the game and wherever he's aligned on the field. We have to anticipate that the ball is going to him in some shape or fashion.
Coach, yesterday Fred mentioned that you told them it needs to mean something for them to play at Levi Stadium. In a defensive perspective, how important is it to get that home field advantage back?
I think it's everything for me. Playing at home, it has to mean something to us. We haven't won here in a long time, and we owe that to our fans to go out and play well and get a win here in Levi Stadium. And when we get that support from our fans, the fans are rocking on. When the defense is out there being loud, disrupting their offense, I think it's a special environment when you have that when you're at home. But it really needs to be we need to make it a home field advantage for us, especially on the defensive side. But we have to go out and we have to play well. We have to earn that home field advantage by showing our fans that we can play well at home. All right. Thank you, guys.